Hello, and welcome to Alchemy Mindset. I'm your host, Anna Hasty, business mindset coach for women and a sound healer. If you are ready to become the most aligned, magnetic, and confident businesswoman you are worthy and deserving of being, then this show is for you. This is where I share everything from mindset, energy, and spirituality, and how to embody your future self in business and life. Sprinkle that with deeply relaxing sound healings and meditations, and you have the Alchemy Mindset podcast. Hit subscribe so you always get the latest episode. Now let's begin. Hello, dear listener. Welcome back to Alchemy Mindset. I am your host, Anna. I know you know who I am, but if we haven't met before, hi, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to episode 94, where I'm talking a little bit about some mindset techniques that I've recently used to up-level my work and smash my goals for 2024. I feel like this is the kind of appropriate episode to do, considering I'm coming into the last part of the year. And for many of us, I'm sure you're in that place of reflection, reviewing, seeing what has or hasn't happened, and also looking at where you're going in 2025. And there is so much out there right now where it's like, up-level your life for 2025, like get ready for another epic year and start setting goals. And yes, I know yours truly is also about to launch some end-of-year events. And yes, yours truly is about to promote some end-of-year events that kind of encompass those kind of things, like letting go of 24, giving it love, acknowledging everything that it showed and gave us, good, bad, and otherwise, and creating that energy for 2025. But let's look at this from the mindset perspective right now. I wanted to share this episode, and I know I've probably done one before. I feel like this rings a bell, but I will say that wherever that previous episode is, and I have no idea where it is in my podcast list, I've been going through all the titles going, I don't remember where I did this. I know I've spoken about it before. Either way, I want to do this one again, even if you've heard it, because this is like a little bit of an update. It's an update on what I have now adopted that I know to be true for myself when I am working on calling in clients, filling up my events, and creating new trainings. And particularly because February next year, I've just opened applications today to everybody outside my initial interest list and wait list for the level 1 sound bath training that's happening in February. I know, I'm so excited. I'm going to be teaching people how to be professional sound bath healers. And honestly, this is the course that I wish I had done way back when. I'm just loving everything that I'm putting into it. Side note there. So yeah, if you are listening to this episode and you're keen and you're interested to know more about this training, it will be in Broome. You would have to be here across 3 weeks, because it's been held on weekends. But hey, look, you know what? You just might want to be in Broome for a whole month. It'd be amazing. So with all the things that I'm creating, my mindset has been one of the strongest things that I have worked on, or not the strongest, but it's one of the essential ingredients that I have worked on and made sure is in alignment with what I want to achieve, the end goal, the end result, right? In the times that I have launched, promoted, marketed, advertised these trainings. Now, this year, I'm going to wind back a bit, and I'm going to talk a bit more about this in another episode coming up very soon, where I just do a bit of a recap of 2024. But this year I decided to go all in. Like, it was just this calling and this need to just be like, pull your finger out, Anna, all the things you're dreaming of doing, now is the time. And I'm so grateful that I've had the time and space and support behind me to allow me to do this, because it's really showed me so much about myself. It's taught me a lot. And at the same time, I have created like new neural pathways, new abilities, new capacities, new aspects of myself from this work. And it's what I love. And it also showed me like my path moving forwards. Anyway, more about that in another conversation. But for now, the mindset. Like, I am all honestly all about mindset. I think you can have the most amazing strategy, tips or tricks up your sleeve as to how to market or advertise or promote yourself. But at the end of the day, if you're offering something and you have doubt, fear, worries, mistrust, you're in that scarcity kind of mode of like, no one's going to sign up. What if this doesn't happen? What if like it all falls on its face and it's a flop, blah, blah, blah. What if I don't reach my goals? What if I don't make my targets, blah, blah, blah. You are going to really feel like you are moving through mud to achieve what you want to achieve. So this is an update on maybe an episode I've previously done before, because I feel like there's some new stuff that's come through and I really, really, really want to share it with you. Now, I also feel like, and somebody actually said this the other day, and I thought it was so interesting. Like if you are coming at promoting your services just purely through strategy, you are only going to be, in their opinion, and from what they've learned from their mentors, you're only going to be receiving clients on that strategic level. Whereas particularly if you're in the holistic health and well-being alternative space, which, you know, I am, but it doesn't even matter. Like whatever industry you're in, whatever niche you are working in, if you're not encompassing this energetic aspect of yourself into what you do, then you may only receive clients in a form and a way that's not going to meet or reach your goals. So what I'm saying is, again, and I've said it over and over again, you can have all the strategy, tips and tricks, but if your mindset, your energy, and who you want to embody or who you're embodying or who you are is not in conjunction with those processes, then you're going to struggle. That is my opinion. And I think that also comes from my own experience. And this year has proven that. This year has shown me so much about how I have worked through strategies and processes, which I now feel work for me, which feels so good when I am promoting my services and myself, but how much my mindset and my energy really needs to be aligned with what I want to do. And going just beyond like, this course feels right to offer, or I'm ready to do this, it has to be like above and I don't want to say above and beyond, because it doesn't need to be like this massive, like blown up, psychedelic, trippy thing. It just needs to be that I fully believe in the whole process and all the way through to it, and that I'm seeing the end result and believing in that end result. So let's get started. What have I done? What have I developed? What is new in this whole process? So first of all, and I guess this is also, I'm just going to say, sorry, side note, I know I'm a bit scattered in my conversation today, but I think it's pregnancy mum brain. But I also want to say that I guess this is also a key tip into what now is my launch process, or what is in my marketing process or my advertising process when I am sharing what I want to share with the world, and share as in calling in people. So first of all, meditation. Like honestly, so freaking simple, but meditating and visualizing the time, the space, how I'm setting things up, the people coming in, the places I'm setting out, the book I've created. Like for me, I go into that visualization of the room is all set up for the event and there are places all set out, and how does it feel and how does it look and where I'm sitting and how many spaces are set out and all the booklets and gifts and things like that. That's what I tune into in my meditations. I also tune into moments within the course that I'm sharing and how it will feel. So whether it's the end of that course where I'm just thanking everybody for coming, I'm giving them hugs and I'm just so excited that they got to learn something, or another aspect of the course that I'm sharing, I tune into that moment. I tune into that moment as if I'm already there. Now that's kind of like timeline jumping, but it's also communicating to my subconscious mind, which doesn't know what's real or imaginary, that this is true for me, that this has actually happened and this is my reality, that I hold space for people in this way and I get to feel like this. And what I see in my visualization is people responding to how they feel to working with me. Does that make sense? So I do that a lot. I meditate and I visualize on what it's going to look like. And I actually now have also developed a way of like calling in their aligned energy, or calling in the aligned energy of those beautiful participants to be part of this course. So For me, I don't want just anybody. I want people who truly believe in themselves, people who want to learn more, to expand, soul growth, soul development, have fun, be like-minded, want to be in a supportive environment. And that's what I tune into when I'm leading this course. And that's what I tune into in the meditation of seeing their energy and them sitting in the spaces that I've put out. That only came to me just recently when I was just calling in the final 2 people for my last introduction to sound bath healing. And I was like, oh, I've got 3. 3's amazing. I want 5. And I just had this idea or this nudge to go, well, just visualize their energy, like call them in, like welcome them into the space. Have you done that? So now leading into this February training, which is going to go across 6 days, I'm already calling them in. I've already got 1 person who's agreed and they've said they're a big yes, and I've placed them in a spot, and then there's 5 more places. There's another person who's pretty much said yes, so they're going in a spot. So I'm putting them all in their places, but calling in the magical energy of those who haven't come physically into my world and or emails or DMs or whatever to say yes, they want to apply. I've already put their energy in there. I've welcomed them in, like welcome them in. So that's something that I've been doing, is meditating the visualization of the actual event, things happening in the event, at the end of the event, and calling in their energy. In my meditations, I'm also doing chakra clearing work because I need to make sure that my energy is aligned and centered and grounded. And hey, look, a little bit of a meditation and clearing your chakras at the same time never went astray. So that's been really nice to help me be in the flow and be connected to the energy of what I am, or the frequency of what I am creating and calling in and welcoming in within these trainings. And I've also been doing, and I actually really like this, the Ha meditation from Kundalini. So it's a Kundalini yoga mantra, and the Sanskrit mantra Ha, which is spelled H-A-R, translates to God as the creative infinity, and it affirms our ability to co-create. It's a Kriya prosperity practice, so it's an active combination of a mudra, like a hand position, and mantra, which is the sound, and it's all designed to create prosperity in your life. So basically, you can Google this, Google like Ha meditation Kundalini. And basically the meditation is where you chant Ha, and each time you say Ha, you bring your hands together up face and then down face. So for example, as I say Ha, my pinky fingers and the sides of my pinky fingers and the sides of my palms of my hand come together. And that is basically you're joining the moon and Jupiter centers of your hands. So a bit of, I could say that's, what's that, acupressure or whatever, something like that, meridians to the hands. And it's said that when you bring moon and Jupiter together, that's said to create wealth. So you bring your pinky hands together and your sort of the edges of the palms of your hands. So you're like creating like a receiving cup, and you say Ha, and then you separate them, and then you bring the edges of your index fingers and sort of like that knuckle area, and then you cross your thumbs over underneath. So your hands are now cupped but facing down, the palms are facing downwards, and you say Ha, and you repeat that. As you say Ha, you move your hands according to the Ha. Minimum 3 minutes, maximum 11. For me personally, I do this in a way where I am visualizing this beautiful globe of energy in my hands, and that this globe of energy is what I'm creating. And then I actually put myself in the globe so that I'm doing the Ha as I'm also in the globe. That's my little take on it. I'm sure that's probably going beyond Kundalini yoga techniques, but I love doing that, and it feels so good to do it in that way. And I just do that chant, and in that time I'm channeling the energy of what I'm creating. I'm channeling in that abundance, that frequency and vibration, that I am successful, that all that I need is coming forwards, like all those kind of beautiful things, and just visualizing the whole beautiful event that's unfolding. So I do that. I do those 2 meditations primarily because I feel like they just help expand my energy. Other meditations I've recently been doing are, again, chakra aligning, but expanding and clearing my aura or my energy field, as well as removing anything that's dense or heavy around me that doesn't serve me. Like I want to stay light. I want to stay open. I want to stay relaxed within my energy field. EFT tapping, so emotion freedom technique tapping, is something that I have been doing a lot of throughout the year. And in particular, it's like me verbally coaching myself through the whole process of what I'm calling in. So I would say probably at the start of the year and up until the middle of the year when I was offering these courses, because then things switched. Now, if you haven't listened to episode 90 of the shit that went down in the middle of the year, go back and have a listen to that, and then you'll understand some of the things that have shifted and changed, because now when I do EFT tapping, it's different. But before then, I used to have like these feelings of maybe a bit of anxiety, a bit of fear, a bit of worry, like initially that confidence of like, yay, I'm holding this course and I'm so flippin' excited, and I'm calling people into like, then maybe a few days later spiraling into, fuck, what if nobody turns up? What if nobody signs up? This is a disaster. I don't think this is going to be successful. Like having all those fears and worries and doubts just pour through me, even to like the point where, you know, I was willing, like literally energetically willing, which is not what you want to do. Like almost trying to energetically force people to come into these courses. Knowing that in the end of the day, part of me was deeply inside somewhere trusting that they would, but still having that fear overtake and overshadow the trust and the relaxation or the easiness of like, yeah, it's going to work out, babes. It's going to be fine. But just feeling that sort of sense of every now and again of worry, like what if I don't meet my goals? What if I don't meet or eat these numbers, blah, blah, blah. So back then I was doing EFT to calm the farm. So it would start with something like, even though I know this is going to work out, it's going to be successful, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, even though I have these fears and worries, I deeply and completely love and respect myself, blah, blah, blah. And then I would just talk my way through tapping all the feelings, all the worries, all the concerns, all the shit show that was going in my mind, all the stress, the anxieties, the worries. And then I would flip it to being, well, what if this does work out? What if it's positive? What if it's amazing? What if it's a celebration? What if you do so well? And all that kind of stuff. So I coach myself verbally out loud with EFT tapping. Again, it might not be in the traditional sense of how you use EFT tapping, but I find it works. And I honestly, when I do EFT tapping, I know when I'm doing a physical shift and an emotional or a energetic shift within myself, because I have certain reactions my body gives that I go, oh, that's a physical, oh, that's an emotional. So, and often I can feel it within myself. Like if it's in my throat chakra, I'll keep going until I can feel that release, blah, 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 etc., etc. So yeah, EFT tapping has been a good one. Most recently, since my mid-year shit show, my mid-year, honestly, shamanic death, my quantum leap, my absolute shift in my energy to step fully into the entrepreneuress. When I do EFT tapping now, I don't do it from a space of scarcity, lack, or fear. I'm doing it from this place of neutrality, but to mainly boost what I already know to be true. So, for example, the other day I did it, and even though I always love to start with, even though I have these thoughts, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And particularly because I will say this, side note, offering the level 1 training is for me an epic project, and it's something that ongoing I want to offer for as long as I have the enthusiasm and the drive and the excitement and like the passion to do it, until, you know, obviously something else changes and it evolves into something else. But I see my level 1 training really expanding and evolving into like more and more trainings and retreats and all sorts of goodness. And I'm so excited about it, but it's a big project. Like there's a lot that has to go on behind the scenes, and I'm just slowly plugging my way at it. Plus I'm going to have to call in these participants. So it's a new thing for me. My body and my system is a bit like, well, we haven't done this kind of level of training or calling people in. Like this is a little bit next level. Like how are we feeling about this? So I'm using EFT tapping for the reassurance, I think is what I would say, and the strengthening of my belief that it's already happened. And it's happened. Like I can honestly see the people already who have come in. I've called in their energy. I've placed them in the room. I've seen them sit there with their bowls, and I've seen the moment at the end of the training where I hand them their certificates and their little gift prize and all sorts of things. Like I've seen it, I feel it, and I know it to be true. But because this is a bigger, more extensive training, there's a bigger price tag on it. People have to source their bowls. So I'm coming up against a little bit of money mindset stuff. So EFT tapping is helping me with these smaller things, but they're not all like, I'm not sitting here in this massive space of anxiety or stress. right? There's no overwhelm. I'm calm, cool, and collected, like flipping hell. Like, and look, I'm not going to say it's all smooth sailing. Like, I still have to create so much and get it all approved, but I know it's all going to work out. Like, I just know it. So EFT tapping is helping me. Meditations, clearing chakras, the heart, kundalini, yoga meditation, visualizing the participants. What else? I always lean in, always use, always love the Australian bushflower essence, abund and emergency. Like, you can't get a better combination for manifestation, for keeping you cool, calm, collected, for helping you with whatever you want to do within your business. Like, abund is about abundance. It's about feeling that openness energetically and emotionally to welcome in success, abundance, love, prosperity, all those kind of things. And the emergency essence, oh my God, I swear everybody needs this in your first aid kit, needs to be within your medicine cabinet or your toiletry bag. It's a beautiful one for when you're feeling stressed, anxious, or worried, because it just helps soothe those heightened emotions that can happen in different situations and times, whether you're in business or out of business. Like, it's great to give to someone like your kids who are having a nervous breakdown, or not nervous breakdown, but like they're having a tantrum or something. It's honestly the soul soother. And I feel, and what we are seeing more and more through our trainings and social media and like mentoring and coaching, is that when you're in a space where your nervous system is flipping cool, calm, and collected, you can receive and achieve so much more than when you're in a place of stress, anxiety, fight or flight, freeze, panic, and uncertainty. So I have those just sitting on my desk so that every now and again I'm just like, okay, I just feel like I need a little bit of abundance, a little bit of emergency, just to tip me over the line here. Tip me over the line. To, like, just help me. I also have Dynamis. I actually made it myself, but it is an Australian bushflower essence blend. And that one's to help you feel a little bit more inspired, enthusiastic, centered, a little bit more energetic. So, when you have those days where you're feeling a bit flat, but you feel like, oh, this is the only time I've got in front of my laptop. I need to make the most of my time, which is honestly me when I only have like 2.5 days. 2.5 days, people, really in front of my laptop. Every other moment's with Ava or family. Yeah, sometimes I just need that little pick-me-up and like an energetic mood booster. That one helps. So as I've said, this year I went through some epic, energetic, emotional, and I guess you could say an identity shift in a way. Like, not completely reinvented myself, but just shift in my energy and my, I guess, foundations. And I knew from the start that this year I would want to work on my 2 aspects of my business, marketing and mindset. And you're probably thinking, but you're a mindset coach. And it's like, yes, but coaches need coaches. My mindset, because I knew it was time for me to just clear some clutter that perhaps I haven't been able to do myself. And it's sometimes good just to hand it over to someone else to let them help you sort and process things out from another perspective. So it was divine timing that I came to work with Nikki Vox. I knew that I wanted to work with her because she's done a specific kind of training where I'm like, I need that, or I want that, I want to experience more of it. And what has unfolded since I've been working with her is this sense of just feeling less stressed, less panicked, less anxious, less overwhelmed, and more energetically aligned with what I am doing, and that entrepreneuress, the woman who I am, my queen, the creatress, my sovereign identity, that everything is okay, and which it is. But it's helped me come into this place of literally neutrality. Like, I can't honestly tell you the things we specifically did, like any techniques or meditations or conversations, but I just know that from where I was and how I feel about things to where I am now, things have shifted and changed. And here's proof, right? So I sat down before I went on holidays and I drafted like, I don't know how many emails to send out to my community that I could then repurpose to social media about the spiritual development course that I was holding back in October, and literally programmed all these emails in so that while I was away, they would just automate, go sent out, and I could work with what I needed to just from my phone. I didn't want to take my laptop on holiday. And I kid you not, the weekend that we arrived on our holiday, I sold out. I sold out my course at least 2.5 weeks before it started. And that blew my mind. Like, I'd already had a few people sign up before I left. I can't remember how many places I had left. And just through the conversations that I had with Nikki, I was like, I just feel so like neutral about everything. Like, I didn't even feel panicked. I actually even feel a bit disappointed I didn't get to send out all the other emails, because they were some winning emails. Filed away for next time, obviously. But I was like, I feel actually really good about this. And I just remember that being a significant moment of something shifted within me. And this is really cool. Like, this is really amazing. And she said, this is what abundance and manifestation gets to feel like. Like, this is what people who you see on the interwebs, on social media, through conversations, reading books, listening to podcasts, when they say they can manifest or they're living their like dream life, and you think, well, when is it my turn? I'm like, it's now becoming my turn. Like, I now know something has shifted within me through the work I've done with Nikki and through that shit show that happened in July, August, for me to get to where I am now. And I honestly say, I just love creating content to promote and share with my community about what I am offering. And it feels so easy, feels so much fun. I feel happy about it. It doesn't feel stressful. I actually look forward to it. Can you believe that? Like, look forward to actually creating content. But overall, like, I just feel so neutral and at ease with it all. And even when I was talking to her about this sort of like money mindset issue that had come up around this next level of training, and I was like, oh, maybe I haven't left enough time for people to, you know, get their finances sorted, to buy bowls or to commit. And like, it's a big obligation for them and for me, because I have to make sure I'm holding space, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, how are you feeling through it all? And I said, but that's the thing. Like, I still feel so neutral about it. Like, I can't drum up any heartfelt anxiety or stress that would normally sit in my chest or my heart. Like, it's just not there. It's just like, yeah, okay, it'll be fine. It's going to work out. Just have this moment, be with these thoughts, but they're not consuming. They don't create any energy or emotions that would cause me to spiral. I'm like, wow. So the mindset work that I've done this year on myself has been epic, and I am so grateful for the timing of everything and trusting my intuition and my guidance that, yes, it is time to do this work. So for me, coming into this place of ease has led me into really having that reassurance of trust. Trust the process. Trust that the universe has got my back. Trust that everything's going to come and happen in the way it is. In the recent round, the third round of Intro to Sound, I had 2 places left. And it just felt like it was a long slog to fill them. And I was like, why the hell aren't they filling? So again, that's when I realized I needed to do that visualization meditation that I talked about earlier. I worked a little bit on my own energy. That might help, Anna. But I had to remind myself that the universe will deliver. Like, if I want 5 people, 5. Come on, Anna. It's not 500. It's just 5. It's going to happen. Like, trust in the process. It's going to happen. And I knew for a fact that perhaps one person would come in very last minute, which they flippin' did. I had said that the doors would close on Thursday because I wanted to finalize everything by Friday. And I went to bed on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Thursday night. Must have been Thursday night. Put Ava to bed. I fell asleep with her, had my phone off. I woke up. I turned my phone on because I needed to, see what time it was. Just my own reference. I love knowing what time it is when I wake up. And I also needed a torch to just make my way into the kitchen so I could get some water. And I went, do I need to take my phone off flight mode? Because usually I put it on flight mode and then I turn it off. And I went, I'm just going to turn it on because for some reason I just felt I'll just turn it on. And then this ping message came through of the last spot booked at, I don't know what time it was at night, like 10:30 at night. So before I'd woken up, someone had claimed that last spot right on the 11th hour of this course. And I was like, fucking, oh my goodness, wow. Like, I literally sat in my kitchen and I just sat there and I went, thank you to the universe. Like, I just gave everything so much gratitude and thanks. And Francois actually got up. I think he needed to go to the toilet or get a drink of water or something. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, just celebrating. Just sitting here in the dark and celebrating. I was like, see, dear universe, I knew you would deliver. I knew. And the thing is, within that process and that whole time of going, where are these final 2 people? it came down to also the fact that not only trusting the process, but releasing the need to have this fully booked. I said to my coach, I was like, why do I have to feel like I need to have every single spot filled? Like, I've met my minimum. I can pay the space. I'm going to get paid for it. I'm excited for who's already joined, like celebrating them. Like, don't forget the people who've already joined, babes. Like, they're here. They're going to be part of it. So I was already celebrating them. I was like, what the hell? Why am I so flipping stressed about this when it's already working out for me? Like, people are already signing up. Like, so what if you don't get 5? You got 3. That's great. You got 4. Like, you know, to that moment, I was like, I've got 4. Like, that's a nice number. Nice, you know, you can pair them up, and that's still, you've still got enough bowls, and you can even like take different bowls with you so that, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it's all going to work out. It's going to be fine. And because I let go of that and I just celebrated who was already there, it felt freeing in that moment. And I think that also released this hold that I had to have it all. I'm like, why do we put so much pressure on to have all these numbers? And it's like, yes, it's nice because we get paid for it and the reimbursement energetically and blah, blah, blah. But if I've already met my minimum and I know I'm going to have fun doing this and 3 people have signed up, let it go. So what if there's no one after that? You've got 3. Like, that's pretty flipping good. So within that, I just let that release of obligation go, and that I know helped my whole process to smash my goals. So what I want to say is, mindset is, I believe, your mindset and your energy is really key to what you want to call in. Like, you need to take care of yourself on an energetic level. And this is what I'm emphasizing, I think is the word, in my sound baths. Is like, nobody here on this planet is any more energetic than another person or less than. We are all energy. We're a frequency and we are a vibration. And how we vibrate emits our frequency that gets transmitted out into the world around us. So if you think of yourself like an antenna, the vibration that you have, so if you're in a vibration of like, you know, cool, calm, collected, joyous, happy, and you're just emitting all that stuff into the world, then you are setting that as your frequency that other people are going to receive. If you're coming at something from the place of scarcity, lack, worry, fear, anxiety, overwhelm, panic, all those things that can happen when you are, you know, launching, creating, selling, promoting, advertising, and it's natural, right? These are normal, natural fears, because when you work for yourself, like, holy effing wow, you are creating money and your wealth and your security through the work that you do. You're not getting paid by anybody else, like, not in an employer-employee relationship. So if you're emitting the frequency of, I'm welcoming people in, I love having them here, I love seeing them, I'm celebrating them, I'm working on my energy, I'm having fun, I'm feeling relaxed, I'm letting go, you're in a space of neutrality and unattached, watch this space. Watch what happens around you. Watch how things feel different, how things change. It's pretty incredible. So I hope you found that really interesting. So they're my points. Bushfly essences come from a relaxed space. Work on my energy. So working on meditations, visualizations, EFT tapping, the mindset work I've done over the last 5 months that have really cleared so much crap away, like actual mindset processes. Then also trusting the process, celebrating the wins, coming from it from a place of neutrality and unattached, and just having flippin' fun in the process. That is my key. That are my tools and my process for how I've up-leveled my work and smashed my goals in 2024. And I tell you what, watch this space in 2025. Oh my God. When I come back from maternity leave, it's going to be like full fire, babes. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope you found that helpful. Let me know if there's anything that you're not sure about or you want to know more about. I am offering currently some spaces for some mindset coaching towards the end of the year here. 90 minutes. Let's do some goal setting and business mindset alignment, and get you into a space of feeling abundant, excited, aligned, neutral and unattached towards what you want to create in 2025. Because if you can start the year with some sort of shift and alignment to what you want to create, you can continue that process throughout your year. That can literally be your template that you can use over and over and over again. And I'm here to help you and show you how to do that. Oh yeah. So anyway, sending you so much love. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It was a good one. And I look forward to sharing more with you in the next one. I think we've only got a few episodes left until the end of the year. I know. Where has the time flown? We've been having so much fun together. All right. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to today's episode. Please rate and review this podcast so that it can continue to thrive and reach more listeners. I love to know who my listeners are, so please screenshot this episode and tag me on Instagram at Anna F. Hasty. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode.